So, Aburu, Aboye, Aboshishe, Olori, Awo, Ianifa, Ilia Dingbe, Ilia Du, Temples, Aburu, Aboye, Aboshishe, Awo Ifatayo,
Ogbo Ato, Asuri, Iwo, Iwofun, Oluo, Oburu, Oboye, Abosheshe, Olore, Awos, Ianifa, and Iadudu Temple.
She, Awo Ifasei, Aburu, Aboye, Aboshishe,
Ogbo Ato Asuri Owe Wofun Baba Aburu Oboye Obosishe Alori Awos Ianifas and Ela. Shit.
She, Aburu, Aboye, Aboshishe, Ialode, Egbe Fumi,
Agbo Ato Asori Iwori Wofun Baba Oboro Oboye Oboshishe Olori Owls Ianifas and Ile.
My apologies, Ian, if I told me why. Aburu, Aboye, Aboshishe,
None needed. Agbo Ato Shuri Iwori Wofon Baba, Oburu, Oboye, Oboshishe, Olori, Awos, Iyanifas, Iyaduru Temple,
Ashe. If I two sin, Aburu, Aboye, Aboshishe,
Ogboato, Asori Iwori Wofun Baba, Aboru, Aboye, Aboshishe, Awos, Ianifas, Ile, and Iadudu Temple.
Aburu, Aboye, Aboshishe, Ifarike,
Okpo Ato, Asuri Award Wafon Baba, Aburu, Aboye, Aboshishe, Alori, Awos, Ianifas, Ele, and Iadudu Temple.
Ashe. Aburu, Aboye, Aboshishe, Ifanike,
Ipako, sorry, Walter Baba, Aburi Boye, Iboshishe, Alori, Awo, Ianifas, Ila.
Ashe. Aburu, Aboye, Aboshishe, Iaje,
Agbo Ato, Asori Wori Wufun Baba, Aburu Aboye Abashishe Baba, Olori, Awo, Ianifa, Ile, Iadudu Temple.
Ashe. I hope everybody is well. Can everybody say Ipako?
Ipako.
Ipako,
Ipako.
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 This is the balance between the head and the heart. We can see in this way that, there are dual forces that we must use in order to have progress. Like we do Ibori, we do our O'Shea's, we cast E5 and we offer a bow. And we can see that those things that we desire, right? Those things that we look for the future, those things that even E5 promises us. Those things that we can bring from an idea into the physical world. We can see these other ways where this balance or this duality exists. We talked before about El Nini and these disruptive forces and things like that. So there are times when these destructive forces, these negative forces can act on the thing before it manifests. These forces are activated based on our need to create. Our need to create brings on external changes. It starts internal, right? So the idea of creating, the desire for blessing, however we want to put it. Ipako is the thing that kind of like this balance that creates that creates the idea that creates the blessing. Based on our need to create, we change our environment. So if the head and the heart are out of alignment, then there's obstacles. If the head and the heart is in alignment, then it is erased. When we out of alignment, when there's no balance, we starve the energies that we need to feed particular blessings. This is the need to vibrate in a particular way. It is also the way that we rationalize through things spiritually, energetically, emotionally. We envision it. What is the thing that creates that vision? We hope we would like for it to always be something that is in balance. Is my head telling me that's my heart? Is my head telling me that what my heart is feeling is feasible? We consult Ifa to see how we need to feed the energies in order to help us to manifest. The lack of Ebo we can see even with the Odu Ifa that our Ifa said earlier, Ejiogbe, Iwaju O, Lopam BT Rate C, therefore Romula. The need existed. There was some desire, some balance between the head and the heart, right? Even if it is from the perspective of the Babalawo, the individual going through the challenge has this balance, this desire, this need. The Babalawo has a vision, right, based on what Ifa says will be the outcome of that desire and need expressed by the client, the Omwawo, anybody, himself. So, what desire or need do we have? Is it desire for creation or the desire for destruction? What are we going to do to feed the blessing? We feed our animals, we feed our children, we feed ourselves, right? To have the energy to do the things we need to do. It is the same in the spiritual world. So the time we start to manifest, we use Ofo Ashe, power of the tongue. At this point, it has the power to create or destroy. We've also talked about curse and how the day that curse is uttered, Ashe is realized. Ofo Ashe is realized. Are we using our words to create? Are we using our heart to create, right? We can see with some of those things for the men who offend women that they can have their destiny tied up in the tree through curse. We can also see men and women speak negatively about something. It's also curse. What will we do to protect our blessing? We will protect our blessing against those who will fight against it. We will protect our blessing against ourselves in doubt, right? Ifa tells us that. Don't doubt your blessing. Don't have doubt. Perseverance. When we get Iwa and they tell us strong character, right? The first thing that we ask is it about doubting? Is it I should not doubt? Is my character strong enough? This tells us that we need our character to be in a certain place, the balance between the head and the heart. Ipako, we need this balance in order to create. The Ifa tells us, the message tells us with Iwa that, yes, we know that this is the place where your Ori is guiding you. We know that you feel a certain type of way about it. We know, but don't doubt. Don't speak against your blessing. Don't work against your blessing. Don't work against the blessings of others. This is how these messages put us into erase. They will tell us to not conspire against someone. They will tell us to go here to receive your blessing. Do this thing to receive erase. Perpetuate IJ for wealth. Perpetuate Ifa for long life. Perpetuate Oshun for children. Based on the energy that's given, the desire, and the balance that is needed between head and heart, and the feeding that is needed to help these things manifest. Do we fight against our blessings because we don't want to be responsible for them? In essence, doubt creates a different type of entity. Ajogun EB. We discussed it before, right? When the Odu comes in a particular orientation, what does the orientation symbolize? Is it telling us about a particular energy that we need to feed? Is it telling us about what type of energy that we're in? Does it tell us what type of blessings are on the proverbial menu? How will we make these things? How will we accomplish these things that we give energy to? How will they manifest? What things will manifest? We can see it in a lot of Odu Ifa. We're going to chant a couple of verses. We can see it, right? The first one is Otura Tikun Ifani. Otura Tikun.
Otura Tikun,
As you have said.
as you have
Said,
said,
That was the way it turned out to be.
that was the
That
way
was
it
the way
turned out
it
to
turned out
be.
to be.
It was at the same time
It was at
It was
the
at the same time
that the two of them lift up their lower jaw.
that the
It
two
was
of
two of
them
them
lifted up
lift
their
up
lower
their lower
jaw.
jaw.
Lord,
This was Ifa's message
This
This
was
This
was
was
Ifa's
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 message.
message
message
to he who has authority on many issues.
to
to
he
he
to
who
he
has
who has
authority on
authority
many
on many
issues.
issues.
It is clear.
It is
It is
It's
clear.
clear.
I'm sorry, no, we done. Ashe. Ashe.
Ashe.
It is
That
clear from the
okay.
first two lines of this verse. It talks about Ofo Ashe. It tells us that some people were speaking against one thing. You know, we all know the verse, or we have the verse. But what's important is in those first few lines, it talks about the power of the tongue. And things will be as we say. We will be able to see where the authority lies or who's learned the lesson, who has the balance, who's creating from a particular standpoint. We'll be able to see by the things that come out their mouth. Let us use our words to manifest. Let us be mindful about what we say. This Ifa shows us about creating. The next verse, I got a few. Ifani, Ofun Kanran,
Ofu,
Ofu
Kanran,
Kanran,
the mighty wilderness
the mighty
the
the
mighty
wilderness.
mighty
wilderness,
wilderness,
makes the granite slippery.
makes the
makes the
granite
granite
slippery.
slippery.
The rainfall
The
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 rainfall
rainfall
makes the bathroom wet.
makes the
makes the
makes the
bathroom
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 wet.
wet.
Ashe.
Ashe.
wilderness.
So again, the way that things materialize. The verse kind of like throws you off. Those lines kind of like the mighty waters that makes the granite slippery. It's the humidity, right? The things that materialize, the moisture in the air that makes the granite that collects on the rock. It materializes, right? We know at Ejiogbe, it talks about the dew, the early morning dew. We know from Osagun Leja, right, about things materializing, condensing, solidifying. The water solidifying in a particular spot on the rock makes the granite slippery. It's not the river that makes the granite slippery, it's the forest, the moisture in the air, the atmosphere, the location that makes the water to collect, the blessing to collect in a particular place. The rainfall makes the bathroom wet. We understand what that means, right? The shower. It's very specific, you know, it's in the bathroom. It's not typically something that's outside. But it is the falling of the rain, the water, right? The shower. It kind of like wets the whole bathroom, the entire bathroom. It is the ability to move from one form to another, to solidify, to condense, to cool, to come together, to materialize, to manifest from one place to another in a complete environment. This is what we do. This is our purpose, to manifest those things that bring long life. Water brings long life. It sometimes gets annoying, especially when you're trying to look into the mirror after you get out the shower. You can't really see. It makes things slippery, right? It's dangerous. There's a thin line between the blessing and the obstacle. Water at the wrong times, no matter how much water, can cause challenges if the temperature is not correct. If it's cold, then the water freezes. Depending on the surface inside the shower, right? The tile becomes slippery. The floor can become slippery. Which way will we use our ashe? How will we promote balance? How will we ensure balance, that we are creating out of a balanced energy, the balance between the head and the heart? Will we use happiness and love and contentment and peace to manifest? I say that we shall. Again, we can see with Okanran Foon. It tells us the chewing sticks that I chewed up to 20. And the people that I'm acquainted with are up to 400. It tells us about curse and things that will limit our ability to have financial success. Another Odu Ifa. Ogunda Bede helps us further with manifesting. It tells us that we must put our whole body into this practice. We must focus our whole body, right? Our emotions, our conscious mind, our spirit, our physical body into manifesting. Ifani, Ogunda Bede,
Ogunda Bede.
they're freshly sprouted Iroko leaves
Freshly
Freshly
sprouted
sprouted
Iroko leaves.
Iroko leaves.
with pointed ends.
with pointed
With
ends.
pointed ends.
Ifa's message to Orumila.
Ifa.
Ifa's
Ifa's message to
Message to
Orumila.
Orumila.
are going to have communication with his king.
When
I'm
going
going to have
communication
communication with his king
in a 17 and 27-day period.
in the
in a
17
17
and
and
27
27
day
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 period.
period.
The periodic Ita Dogun,
periodic
The
Periodic
periodic
Ita
Ita
Dogon,
Dogon,
Itadogun,
owl must never miss.
the
owl
owl
must
must
never
never
miss.
miss.
never miss.
Ashe.
Ashe.
In this way, Orumile puts his whole body, right? He prepares, he thinks about it ahead of time. He has in his mind maybe questions or desires that he wants in life and that he want to ask Ifa. He consults Ifa. He offers the Ebo and he follows the observances, taboos or ikilo, the observances. It is his whole being that is focused in the manifesting. May we use our complete being to manifest Ire. This is the medicine. This is the secret to Ifa. This is the secret to manifesting. We've agreed. We've aligned with Olodumare. We've aligned with the Irumale and Orisha. We've aligned with our Ori. We've made these alignments. We've asked these questions. We've set ourselves on a course to manifest. But are we maintaining balance between the head and the heart? Do the youth have respect for the elders? Do the elders have respect for the youth? Are we trying to change the condition of the youth? Are the youth trying to change the condition of the elders? We understand that Obatala helped create the consciousness, giving the spark of light inside the darkness, this balance. From this, we get all these other levels of consciousness. We can see them manifest with the Orisha. The tree is the Orisha, the fence is the Orisha, the ground is the Orisha, the rock is the Orisha. Those things inside the material world. Obatala helps us to utilize light and bend light in particular ways, to bend a light in particular ways to manifest. We have the highest level of consciousness. The animals have another level of consciousness. The forest or nature spirits have a different level of consciousness. The way that they communicate, the vibrations that they utilize, the aspects of Olodumare that they embody. In order to maintain balance, right, we have to have a couple of things. We have to have the knowledge, right? Imo. Everybody say Imo.
Imo,
Emo, IMO,
Understanding. Oh yeah. Everybody say, oh yeah.
oh yeah,
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Oh yeah, back.
Applying the knowledge that we now understand helps us to utilize the wisdom. Ogbon. Everybody say Ogbon.
Ogbon,
oh,
OGB and wisdom. Ogbon. May we continue to manifest Ire. May we use the word oral, the word, to manifest blessing Ire into the physical. We understand that challenges will accompany you. May we utilize wisdom because we receive the knowledge and we gain understanding. May we utilize wisdom to manifest. May wisdom bring us long life. May it bring us prosperity. May it bring us children and spouse. May it bring us victory over adversary. May it bring us all Ire. Ashe. So, something to think about, right? Is money listed under the list of challenges? Anyone?
No.
Is OWO listed under challenges?
No.
It's listed under Ire. What about victory? Is victory listed under challenges? Anyone?
No, Ire.
Benny. What about spouse and children? Is that listed under Ire? Ire? What are the Ayewos?
Death, sickness, loss, and contention.
Ashe. So even if we don't know, right? Even if we don't know, if we at a loss, well, I'm not sure if this thing is blessing or not. There's people that don't know. There's people that think children are challenges. There's people that think that money is a challenge. There's people that think spouse is a challenge. There's people that don't appreciate good energy. There's these things that we need to have victory over. If there's any doubt, ask anybody, what's the E-ray? Sometimes we may forget what our blessing is. Sometimes we will bring challenge, right, instead of blessing. But that's why we're here. We're here to learn how to balance the head and heart so that we will bring blessing and that we can teach others to bring blessing. Ashe. Questions, concerns, comments? No, Aburu.